Ever since Parliament began the impeachment process of Rigathi Gachagua, there have been a lot of speculations. It is being speculated that the broad-based government wants to undertake some shake-up that will ensure that some leaders will fall victims, they will be ousted from their positions and dockets because Ruto wants to accommodate Raila's people in this government. You know, as we speak, that Raila had donated about five people who he says are experts that went to help William Samoei Ruto. At the energy docket, we have Opio and I. At the very delicate finance docket, we have John Mbadi. Blue economy is headed by Joho, and of course, cooperative by Wycliffe Oparanya, and the Attorney General, Madam Dorcas. Now, it is being said that that is not enough. There are speculations that heads are soon rolling, and people are saying that ODM is demanding a fair share because they feel that they have stabilized the government. That is the term that they use, that they have, stabilized the government. They mention that without them, Rigathi wouldn't have gone home. And you saw how ODM MPs were very happy. They were at the front line to ensure that Rigathi was hosted both at the National Assembly and at the Senate. Even their lawyers like James Orengo and Otiende Amolo took center stage, not forgetting Opondo Kaluma. In fact, Opondo the other day was in a church, attended a church. He accompanied William Ruto, and he assured William Ruto that they are not moving away. They are in this government and they are not going anywhere. One of the people whose name features as a victim sooner than soonest is Moses Wetangula, who is the Speaker of the National Assembly. There have been speculations that the broad-based government wants him out for reasons that are better known to them. At some point that he was supposed to replace the Chief Justice, at another point that his place was to be taken by Otiende Amolo. As always, we still treat all those as rumors because they have not been confirmed. However, where there is smoke, there is fire. Now, matters were complicated today at KICC during the swearing-in ceremony of Kithure Kindiki when a video that has been going viral was captured when William Samoei Ruto was shaking hands with the other leaders, and he snubbed the speaker, Moses Wetangula. All the leaders were there, especially the leaders of the three arms of the government. Of course, William Ruto heads the executive, then Madam Martha Koome is the president of the judiciary, and Moses Wetangula is the president of the legislative arm of the government. So William Ruto met them, and there is this video where William Ruto greets Kithure Kindiki. They hugged each other for a moment, and William Ruto greets Kithure Kindiki's wife, and then he went and shook hands with Madam Martha Koome. But then when Moses Wetangula wanted, there was a sign like Moses Wetangula was, giving out his hands to greet William Ruto. William Ruto snubbed him and made an about turn. I want you to look at this video carefully and tell me whether it is an exaggerated video or it is real. When we are during such circumstances, people even tend to create videos just to paint a picture. Kindly look at it.
Naomba sote tusimame wima sasa. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you watch that video carefully, you will also realize that even Mudavadi was never greeted because he passed Mudavadi and went to Madam Martha Koome. And I don't know why people are not referring to Musalia Mudavadi, rather they are emphasizing on Moses Wetangula. I have a feeling that, if from the explanation, I have a feeling that Maybe William Ruto, Mudavadi, and Wetangula had been somewhere. That's why he didn't greet Musalia Mudavadi. I don't know whether I'm
Naomba
right, but
sote tusimame
for
wima
him
sasa.
to bypass Mudavadi and then he didn't greet Wetangula, maybe they were at a certain function. But now my problem is Moses Wetangula, pulled out his hands in a manner suggesting that he wanted to greet William Samoei Ruto. I don't know what happened, but the reason why speculations are high and people take that picture with a pinch of salt is because William Ruto is on record telling Moses Wetangula and the parties that are affiliated to Kenya Kwanza or affiliated to UDA to fold their parties. And Moses Wetangula has always remained adamant he does not want to fold his party. And William Ruto, this angered him. If you want to know that William Ruto is angered, you might not see him talking. Did you ever imagine that William Ruto would initiate an impeachment motion against Rigathi Gachagua, and all along he has been very quiet as if he didn't know anything that was happening, just pulling the strings, sending lawyers, manipulating the National Assembly, the Senate, ensuring that the judiciary is in the pocket, and you never see him bashing him, maybe in anger. The same way, William Ruto is not happy when Wetangula refused to fold his party. Now, to prove this point, did you know that Moses Wetangula, according to the agreement in 2022, after William Ruto gained power, after Kenya Kwanza was declared victorious in that election, Moses Wetangula was to become a Speaker of the National Assembly. And when he relinquished his position as the Senator of Bungoma, Moses had expected that the only competitor he would have, because there was a by-election and Moses had a candidate, he had expected that he would only be competing with Azimio. To his utter shock, William Ruto had sponsored a candidate against Moses Wetangula's candidate. That was serious. So Moses Wetangula was campaigning against Azimio candidate and at the same time against UDA candidate. And you wonder what is wrong. Mudavadi had sometimes complained when William Ruto sponsored a candidate, UDA candidate, in his constituency, and he was wondering whether he can himself sponsor a candidate in Surgoi or in Eldoret North. William Ruto wants to control every region. In fact, one of the reasons why they have fallen, out with Rigathi Gachagua is Gashagua's attempt to unite Mount Kenya, so that when you go to Mount Kenya, you have to pass through him. This angered William Ruto because in 2022, William Ruto went there on his own. That is what they say. So William Ruto is a very angry man. If you don't know that, Moses Wetangula refused to fold his party. He feels that you are now a competitor. That is why when he snapped Moses Wetangula, people have to speculate. Of late, we know that people say that Otinda Molo would replace, Moses Wetangula. And it can be real because if Rigathi Gachagua has been replaced, then you never know. And they have the numbers. William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga have got the numbers and they can do anything in parliament. If today they decide, if they want to sponsor a motion against Moses Wetangula, it will take a moment and Moses Wetangula will go home. But as it is, I still don't think that they want to remove Moses Wetangula. Maybe these are just speculations. But I'm just trying to explain the reason why it caught the attention of many, if people are not just reading so much. Number two, many people feel that if Moses Wetangula is removed from his prestigious position, then Mudavadi will remain as the kingpin in Luhya, even though we understand that Moses controls the Buhusu side of the sub-tribe of Luhya, and they are now competing with George Natembeya. Mudavadi controls the Maragolis. But if they remove Moses Wetangula, then Mudavadi will be roaring like just as one king in that area. And it is also known that Mudavadi and Wetangula ditched Raila at the time when he needed them the most, and Raila would want to revenge if at all he decides. And so they feel that if Wetangula has to be removed, it will happen very early in the morning, It cannot happen very fast because he does not have many members of parliament who can save him if maybe a motion or a vote of no confidence is sponsored against him. There are no people who will complain so much. There are no people who will go to the streets, maybe only in his area, because the lawyers will be told that you have a chief minister who also doubles up as the CS of foreign affairs. In fact, now he has been given on interim basis the docket of interior. He's now a powerful man. William Ruto has given them a few positions here. Ranson Igonga, who is the director of public prosecution, is there. So they will be told that they didn't even bring much votes, yet they have been rewarded. They will be reminded. And that is why the speculations are high. To me, I don't read any big deal there, but you never know. In politics, such could be warning signs that you need to be very careful, because I don't understand why William Ruto snubbed him. What do you think? Do you think it raises eyebrows or it was just normal? Because to me, I think maybe they had met and so there was no need of repeating, that greeting. I don't know. What do you think?